Breaking news. In Imo, soldiers allegedly burning houses over killing of colleagues in clash with oil bunkers. Details. Soldiers on Friday allegedly invaded the Umoku community of Izombe in the Oguta Council area of Imo State and razed no fewer than 13 houses while destroying 15 other buildings. A dependable community source who confided in our correspondent said the palace of their 95-year-old traditional ruler, Eze Pius Muforo, was also burnt by the irate soldiers. Trouble was said to have started when an army patrol team clashed with crude oil bunkers in the area, leading to the killing of a young man, a suspected bunkerer, Chukwonozo Iheru, who was popularly known as Obere. The killing led other bunkerers to mobilize and attack the soldiers. In the reprisal that followed, 2 soldiers were killed and their vehicle set ablaze. Effort by the traditional ruler of the community, who is about 95 years of age, to dissuade the mob and protect the 2 soldiers who had drawn into his palace for safety, was brushed aside by irate mob. Following the attack on the soldiers and burning of their patrol vehicles, soldiers mobilized backup and swamped the community with no fewer than 15 truckloads of combat-ready troops. As at the time of filing this report, a community member, Mr. James Imo, whose home was also burned down by the soldiers, told our correspondent that the community has been deserted, with locals fleeing into the bushes and neighboring communities, fearing further reprisals from the men in uniform. The military people went to Imo State and killed and burnt down houses over killings of colleagues in clash with oil bunkers. The soldiers killed an oil bunker, and because of that, the oil bunkers team came back and raided the soldiers and killed 2 soldiers. And because of that, the soldiers came back into the community and burnt down the houses of the traditional ruler, who is about 95 years of age, and other houses. The killing led other bunkerers to mobilize and attack the soldiers. And because of that, the soldiers also mobilized backup and came into the community with no fewer than 15 truckloads of combat-ready troops. It was revealed that the soldiers burnt down the traditional ruler house and also burnt down several houses, while others in the community have been deserted, some fleeing into the bushes and some into the neighboring countries, fearing further reprisals from the men in uniform. It was said that the traditional ruler was trying so hard to save the 2 soldiers that ran into the traditional ruler house, but he could not, because the irate mob came into the palace and killed the 2 soldiers. That was why the soldiers came and burnt down the traditional ruler, because they ran into the palace for safety and they were killed inside the palace. And this was happening when there were missing soldiers. Military touched monarchs' palaces and others' houses. This happened in Benue State. Men of the Nigerian army continued attacks and burning of more houses of the people of Konshisha local government area of Benue State over the disappearance of 2 soldiers. The massive destruction came as Ishangwe 12 youths protested in Gboko local government area over the military invasion, an attack on villages, and the killing of scores of residents. The palace of the traditional ruler of area, Chief Una Akoko, was set ablaze. Officers of the Nigerian army, who were said to be on a routine patrol in the local government as a result of communal skirmishes between Konshisha and Ojo local government areas, were reported to have been attacked by a group identified as Bunter Boys on Monday. The two soldiers have been missing since then. The senator representing Benue Northeast, Gabriel Suswam, had condemned what he called the unwarranted military attack on some communities in the Konshisha local government area. He has petitioned the defense headquarters, calling for a probe of the invasion and killings. Susam, in a statement by his senior legislative aide, Moses Ukeyima, expressed sadness over the use of a helicopter gunship by troops targeting unarmed civilian communities in Konshisha local government area. The killings and wanton destruction perpetrated by the marauding soldiers are akin to a war zone. The former Benue State governor expressed worry that the invasion, which was alleged to be a fallout of the intertribal skirmishes between the Igede people of Ukpete and Shangef Tief people of Bonta, could have been resolved amicably through dialogue. Men of the Nigerian Armed Forces, the pounded Shangwe Tief in Konshisha local government area of Benue State, following report that two soldiers were missing in the community. The operation involved deployment of military helicopters using missile launchers, left scores of residents dead and property said to be worth of billions of nairas destroyed. This came a few hours after gunmen killed two policemen, a Chinese expatriate, and many others between Shitel in Katsina Ala and Ukum local government area of the state. Also, Governor Otum promised that his administration would do everything under the law to return peace to warring communities of Konshisha and Oju local government areas. New Telegraph was informed that as a result of the military onslaught in Konshisha, out of residents, including women and children, have been rendered homeless. The operation in Konshisha is linked to the officers of the Nigerian army said to be on routine patrol in the local government area, which have been having communal crisis in Oju. The military people, the soldiers, they burnt down houses over killing of a colleague in clash with oil bunkers. In Imo State, they burned down the traditional house in Imo State and other houses. Thank you, my listeners, for listening. Do have a good day.